Welcome to Secular Soup. Stay tuned for real talk about atheism, feminism, politics, parenting, and whatever the fuck else Amy and Amy want to talk about, because this is their show. And get ready for a whole lot of motherfucking profanity.
You want to hear a secret?
I won't tell anybody. Go ahead. If I sit next to you, I'm going to get gonorrhea. It's going to jump into me. Just two ladies hanging out.
Is it okay for me to make fun of his neck waddle if I make fun of my own neck waddle?
I'm not sure.
That's a real ethical conundrum.
Would you know if you were born a lizard person, or can you be like adopted into the...
I think you know.
We're such professionals.
We really are.
Buckle up, bitches. It's time to have some soup.
I'm Amy with a Y.
And I'm Amy with an I.
And we're just two blueberries floating in a bowl of tomato soup. Welcome to episode 35 of Secular Soup. Is that what our show is called? Secular Soup? Words don't work good right now, so...
Soupy...
Are we recording a podcast? I don't know. Those fuckers over at Cognitive Dissonance tweeted, oh, you have a show? What's it called?
The bowls are on their tables.
Yeah. At least they're participating in the feud. So if you're a first-time listener to this show, you have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. I'm so sorry.
You're welcome ahead of time.
It occurred to me that we may have like new listeners every week that are just listening to the newest episode for the first time. And
no, they're smart.
Blows my mind.
We keep getting better with age.
That's true.
Like a fine wine or a man, not a woman. Women don't age well. We deteriorate after, I don't know, 20.
Oh, I'm falling apart.
Real fast.
I'm held together by glue and duct tape at this point.
I'm on smoke and mirrors at this point. It's sad.
Everything's an illusion. So, yeah, if you're a new listener, welcome.
Do you have any idea how awkward it is to carry smoke and mirrors everywhere you go?
Oh, it's got to be heavy.
It's so hot.
Do you have room in your car for it?
Well, yeah, I drive a van. Yeah.
But okay. How do you keep the smoke fresh all the time?
Is it
really
like a
tricky. Smoke machine?
Yeah. Well, no, I just set fires everywhere I go. There's a because I'm so hot joke in there, but I'm not going to go for the low hanging fruit. I'm a class act.
Yeah, you're a lady. So you're the reason that California's on fire right now?
I haven't been to California in 2 years, so no.
Yeah, but you're in Texas. You're pretty close, right? So Texas is right next to California, isn't it?
Yeah, you're like 26 hours.
Oh, closer than Minnesota. So
is it?
I think it is. Well, no, because we're basically, I'm right above you by a few states, so we're probably equally close.
Then why did you come to my party last week, bitch?
I did. You didn't see me? You ignored me the whole fucking time like a real bitch, so I left early. Because I was just like, fuck this. I drove all the way from Minnesota to Texas for this party.
I would have
and you're not even going to talk to me? So
you could have slept in the bed with me and my gentleman caller, and we would have both spooned you.
No, I went and found Ted Cruz's house, and we had a lovely evening together. So
did I tweet you the address?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We hung out, and he made me some bacon, and we talked about how the gays are ruining America. It was delightful. So.
Oh, the gay agenda's the worst.
It really is. They're coming for all of us. So
yeah, thanks for listening, new people.
Yeah, aren't you happy you started listening?
On this episode?
We got an email this week from one of our listeners, Matt, who I've actually met in person, and he is wonderful. The reason I met him is we actually met. I think skinny jeans and one of those real tight t-shirts. I could be wrong. I don't remember. It was like 2 years ago. But
okay, cool. I'm not going to say it with so much authority, but I'm pretty sure he's not wearing the same thing.
Could be. I don't know.
Okay, fine.
I don't know his life. He and I were in another, I think maybe the Thank God I'm Atheist podcast group. I think we were both in that group. And so we came across each other, and they did one of those things where, hey, everybody, where are you from? And we were both from small towns in Minnesota. Not the same small town, but close enough.
I was in that group.
Yeah, you were. It's still there. But yeah, the atheist group in my town was having a get together. And so he made the drive to come meet with us. It was like a 2-hour drive, and he came and hung out and met a bunch of us, and he was a real cool guy. So I met him one time, and now he listens to our show. He's awesome. But anyway, so he wrote us an email responding
Andy has good taste.
Yes.
Okay.
He was responding to last week's episode where we were talking about EBT cards, food stamps, and how people get real judgy about it.
Right.
So if you haven't listened to episode 34, go back and listen to that for all the context you're going to need, because I'm not going to re-describe the whole show to you here, because that's doing your homework for you. And fuck you, do your own homework.
Yeah, I'm putting my folder up around me.
Yeah, like I'm a busy bitch.
I'm putting my elbow up and I'm like covering my paper and I'm holding my pencil with my fist.
Yep. It's like bad enough that we have to actually record these every week, but I'm not going to recap every episode for you people. So go back and listen to episode 34. Anyway,
what you've missed on the previous episode. We'll do the voice
on Secular Soup.
On Secular Soup. I was drinking wine. Tonight I'm drinking beer. It's a completely different flavor.
What?
I know. It's weird.
You have branched out.
Not really. It's from my party that you didn't come to because you're a bitch. But people left stuff in my fridge, so and I like beer. I like all the alcohol.
Well, we only have 3 patrons to go till we have to do a live drunk cast, so stock up.
My gentleman caller's not a Patreon yet, so we should really pressure him.
We really should, and get my brother to give us money. Never gonna happen.
I mean, I'm not gonna withhold like anything from him to make him be a patron because that would be hurting me as well.
Exactly. Yeah, we know you have needs. So here's this email. Okay,
read this.
Hi, Amy and Amy. I was listening to your latest episode last night, and I have to agree with a lot of what Amy, with a Y, had to say about people being unaware in public, especially in Minnesota. I also live in a very red and rural part of the state. Anyway, when you were talking about Coach purses and EBT food stamps, it reminded me of something I experienced. I was a graduate student working at a grocery store for my side hustle. Shout out to side hustles.
We say that all the time. What?
I saw a lot of things and heard a lot of hateful comments from customers and fellow employees when it came to the use of WIC or other types of assistance programs. I'll be honest, the WIC program was a pain in the ass to deal with as a cashier. I really love the program, but the process of using it was such a hassle. I became sort of an expert on what was allowed and what wasn't, and usually shut my register down if I realized this person was new to using WIC because I knew it was going to take a while and they would most likely need some help getting the things that were allowed. I tried my best to make sure these people were getting the full benefit, but to watch customers and employees roll their eyes or make snide comments pissed me off like no other. I benefited from WIC, and I'm sure my mom was on food stamps at some point in my time growing up. I tried to refrain from judging others when they used their EBT card, even if it was upsetting to see someone roll up with a cart full of Cheetos and pot pies. That was you, wasn't it, Amy? Cheetos and pot pies?
I don't eat either of those things.
Oh, wait, that was me.
I don't eat either of those things, but
I love some Cheetos and pot pies. Anyway.
Oh, I didn't say I don't like them.
Oh, okay.
I just don't eat them.
So he goes on, but I have to tell you about this one bitch I encountered. And I gotta say, I love any story that starts with, I have to tell you about this one bitch I encountered.
Let me tell you about this bitch.
So that's just my favorite story starter. Okay, so it's late May, early June in northern Minnesota, and this woman pulls up with 2 shopping carts packed full of food. I'm bagging groceries on this day, and I get the joy of not only bagging up over $300 worth of food that she pays for with EBT, but also to help her take these groceries to her car in the parking lot. I'm not judging her for using EBT as we exit the store, but she starts talking about how all of this food is for their lake house. I start to question a little, but still keep it contained and shut up that little voice. I don't know her circumstances, like y'all said about having a big ring or a Coach bag or using these services, but I am suspicious. What really pissed me off was the fact that I helped load this bitch's food into a damn near brand new Cadillac Escalade.
I love that she's this bitch.
I know, because that's how I tell all my stories too.
Oh, no, me too. Like, listen to me. Let me tell you about this
bitch right here.
That's so funny.
She kept talking about the lake house, even referring to it as our second home. Now, I know I might be kind of judgmental with this, but I think that lady is scamming the system. If you drive an Escalade and have a second home that's also on a fucking Minnesota lake, you do not need assistance with your fucking food. That experience has stuck with me, and I'm sure to tell people that story when I hear them talking about people abusing the welfare system. The majority of abuse I've witnessed has been perpetrated by white people that definitely don't need the help. But let's keep getting pissed at the brown and truly poor people that are just looking for a little assistance in a time of true need. Anyway, sorry for the long rant, and thank you both for the show, Matt. So yeah, for a little more context, in Minnesota, if somebody says they have a lake home, yeah, they're a rich bitch. They are.
Let me take devil's advocate here.
You go right ahead.
As someone who is schmishmorst, that's divorced for people who are just now listening, to our new listeners.
Don't tell them our secrets right away. They have to listen for a few times. Now they know our
Klingon language, or
they know our secret language.
Some nerdy stuff like that.
Shmushmorshe.
Okay, so as someone who's been shmushmorsed, and she might have gotten the car and the lake house in the divorce. I'm not saying she wasn't scamming.
It's our second home.
100%. It probably was.
Yeah.
100% could have been scamming. Also, I am, agreeing with that. But I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit. It very likely could also be that it was the second home. It was that. And she was embarrassed about the fact that she has to use welfare and has to pay for everything with an EBT card. And so she was playing it off by letting him know that she was someone of quality. It's her second home. Yeah, it's for the lake house. Yeah, it's this. And talking it up and kind of braggy because she's so used to being the wealthy person. She's so used to not having assistance or needing help or not being able to afford $300 worth of groceries on her own. But when you are in a situation where you are a kept woman to a certain extent, it's terrible. It kind of becomes habit that you almost are apologetic and you're embarrassed about your circumstances at that point.
Oh, that's totally fair. I didn't even think about it that way.
Well, probably that's where I go because that's where I am.
Yeah. So, well, you don't have a second lake home, but yes, that is a totally fair point. God, I get it.
No, I don't. But I can understand that. And if it was a divorce, they would divide it up and be like, okay, you get this house, you get that house. Because usually if it's one house, it's either one gets bought out or they sell it and split the proceeds. Or, whatever, or it gets, whatever situation takes place. But if there's two or more homes, I can understand that the assets get divided just like any other assets get dividdited. Like we didn't have a lot of assets to be divided. Like we had, two living area or two living sections or two, living room furniture, whatever. And so we divided up that stuff, 2 beds, we divided up, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But, I can understand like houses and stuff.
I think what's coloring my opinion here is that I just fucking hate tourists and all the tourists have lake homes and they call them lake homes. So it's the terminology that...
Well, because it was. But
not the use of the EBT card.
That's what it was. It was her second home. It was her lake house. Yeah. And if it's fresh, especially, the Escalade could be brand new because,
it could have just happened. And
and especially when it's fresh, you're reeling and you don't really know how to respond to things. It's all new. You're embarrassed. I didn't even post. Okay, you're my Facebook friend. No, during my entire thing. Okay, whatever. During my entire thing, I never posted one thing because I was mortified. Yeah. Not that I was getting divorced. Not that it was happening. Not that it took place. I was mortified with the story. Like, what do I even say? Where do you even begin? How do you even, what do you even do?
Right.
What do you even do? Like when I switched my status from, married, I just did it. Like married to my ex-husband to in a relationship with someone else. I got messages for probably 2 days straight.
Oh, wow.
My gentleman caller can attest to this. I was being bombarded with messages all the time because they didn't even know I was going through a divorce because I didn't even mention anything. And so that was my bad. But so it was like, wait, what? What's happening? What's going on? My cousins, kids, people I went to high school with. Yeah, just everybody.
Oh my gosh.
So I can understand that. I can understand like talking, you're trying to talk the talk still and walk the walk still because it's just...
Well, your point is well taken. I'm going to side with Matt and just assume that this woman was a bitch because, I've met Matt.
She could also be a bitch. She could also
I've never met you in person. I'm just saying. I've met Matt in person.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But
I'm going to take his bitchometer and...
Bitches get divorced too.
Yes, they do. And actually what reading this made me think about is... Let's assume that this woman was totally scamming the system. We don't know what her situation was. Let's say she was scamming the system. And I think Matt will probably agree with me.
I'm not married to the point either.
The point I was going to make is even if that was the case, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people. You're always going to have some people who abuse the system. That's just the nature of humanity and it's the nature of systems. I'm okay with that as long as you still have that available for the people who actually need it. Like, you just can't help having some people that are going to scam any given system. But they've studied this, how many people do abuse government assistance or food stamps, and it's less than 2%. I'm okay with that 2% of people abusing the system as long as the other 98% of the people who need the help are getting the help. Because there's just, as much as you try to fight fraud, you're never going to cut it out completely. And let's be honest, most people don't want to be on food stamps or people don't want to do it. Like you said, they're embarrassed by it. And most people who are using it genuinely need it. You know, like with WIC, I used WIC.
I did too, with my first and my second.
There's very specific things you can get and can't get. And I think that's kind of bullshit.
Just with my second. I used WIC with my second, not with my first.
Yeah, I did with just my first and not my second. But the way... This is kind of a thing that
fantastic. It was actually fantastic.
It's great to have because you get
a ton of
formula.
Was allergic to milk and soy, so he was on Nutrimogen. Because he was. I know that's partially digested milk for people that are going to jump all over that, but there was something in the milk when it was like the regular milk, and it was over $200 in formula a month, and we just couldn't afford it. And the only way we were able to get him on that special formula, which he had a prescription for, was through WIC. That was the only way. I had a 3-year-old at the time also, and so we got peanut butter. You know, we got milk.
You get cheese, milk. You get juice. You get
juice.
That's the part of the program that bugs me. Is that
I'm gonna go get knocked up so I can have more stuff.
It's so specific as to which peanut butter you can get and which juice you can get and which, like, I would prefer programs that just give you the fucking money and let you as an adult figure out what you need for your kids and for your family.
Here I come.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if I could fix America, if I could be the president tomorrow, which is never going to happen because I do not have...
America when we send all the straight white guys to Canada.
Well, until that happens, though, and until I have the intelligence and grace and humanity of someone like Donald Trump so that I could be president.
You have to be as sexy as him, too.
That's true. I'm going to have to work on that. Social programs, I wish, would just give people the fucking money and let them figure out how to spend it. This is something I can agree with conservatives on, is the idea that the state is kind of telling you, okay, this thing is okay to buy, but this thing is not. And again, you're always going to have people who abuse it. You just are. That's the way it is.
Like me, I would totally abuse it.
Well, we all know this.
Yeah, I'm a dirty,
but I think at the end of the day, most people don't want to have to use those programs. Most people, if given the opportunity, want to work and want to have more than a subsistence living. And
who wants to work?
Okay, let me rephrase. Nobody wants to work. Most people want to have a standard of living that is above a bare minimum.
And sleep through it.
Yes. But the only way to get the income is to work. What I'm saying is that I'm all for like a universal basic income where everybody gets some sort of subsistence income to get them by.
Socialist commie.
I am a pinko commie like nobody's fucking business. Yes.
So there are people that are attracted to, like, not necrophilia, but there are people that are attracted to, like, people that are sleeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what if I, like, webcam me sleeping?
Hey, if someone's willing to pay you for that shit,
right?
I am all on board with that. Oh,
okay, yeah. Cool. You approve. Okay.
It's weird because I'm a commie, but I'm also a capitalist. I don't know how that works.
Weird. I mean, no one's going to be allowed to touch me, but what if they had the idea that they might be able to?
Yeah, hey.
Okay.
I am...
Like, I have a raffle, but it's totally rigged because I am, like, not going to let anyone touch me.
I'm pro whatever gets you paid in the most ethical manner.
Okay.
I really hope we get to a point where we're doing like universal basic income.
The direction you wanted it to go.
Well, you know.
But it's like when you set a microphone in front of me, it's like a crap
This is what happens. This is why we have thousands and thousands of fans out there listening because they want to hear about you sleeping.
We actually do have a lot of fans. It's kind of weird.
But we need more. I'm never happy. This is the capitalist in me.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And I'm totally down with that. But so it's pretty funny. I'm in training online, and it's like online meeting rooms and stuff. And we do group projects because I'm in training. And we did like a breakout room today. And we did the tutorial that we were supposed to do. We went through the module. We did the scenarios we were supposed to go over, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then we just started talking, and everybody was quiet in the room. I was like, you guys, I have a podcast. I can talk all day and no one has to respond to me. I'm okay with this. And I just like talked like no one, and they were like, what's your podcast about? I'm like, all the things I'm not allowed to talk about at work, politics, religion, you know, all that stuff.
I'm telling you got to tell people it's Focus on the Family radio.
Nope. Nope. Oh, this guy kind of made this joke. I kind of think he's one of us. He was in the little breakout room. He said something about something, and then he was like, or would that make you a deplorable? Hey. I was like, huh. I'm like, okay. I understand that Trump used that word, but the way he used it was ironic.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of thinking that he's one of us.
It could be.
I can't like let anyone know about
There's no
my
good way to
podcast
find out. Yeah, no.
I Facebook, Google, and look up everybody in my class during class just to see. I'm not going to friend request them or anything. I just want to see what they look like. One of them's super hot. I'll send you him.
Ooh, I got to see that.
I mean, he has pictures with guns, though, so that's immediately out. But of course, I look everybody up. Of course I do.
Oh, my God. Speaking of guns made me think of this. I was driving home today, and there was a motherfucker in front of me in a big old shitty pickup truck with a fucking Confederate flag flying from the back of it in Minnesota, which we know this is my pet fucking peeve because
they weren't even part of the Confederacy.
Exactly. It's bad enough to have the Confederate flag, but don't do it in Minnesota. But these fuckers not only are driving slowly in front of me with their giant ass Confederate flag, they threw a can of Mountain Dew right out the goddamn window.
Okay. Are you more upset that it was a can of or like a can littering, or that it was Mountain Dew?
Both. I think I was equally upset by both.
Okay, what is up with Mountain Dew? Like it's like this Mountain Dew Black or something?
I don't know, but
I don't touch Mountain Dew because it's disgusting.
No, my husband has been bringing home 2-liter bottles of Mountain Dew because we had them left over. That is the reason I got
divorced. That was the main reason, was he drank fucking Mountain Dew.
Well, my husband doesn't even drink it, but like we had it left over from this auction we did that nobody bought, and it's not expired, and it's these 2-liter bottles. So he brings it home and he lets the kids each have like a tiny little cup of it a day. But you know they're abusing that shit and just drinking entire bottles of it when we're not home. And my kids do not need Mountain Dew.
My kids, I have little paper shot glasses from a remnant of some party I threw, parties and party past.
Yeah.
And I have little shot glasses, and my sons will line them up and they'll put like Dr. Pepper in it and they'll slam them like shots.
Oh, my kids do that too. They'll put milk in them.
So funny. They probably would do milk if I had milk in my house, but I have almond milk.
Ooh, see, that would kill my youngest kids. So,
well, I can't have dairy. So, I mean, I can. I just regret it like immediately.
My oldest one I have a few, none of us drink around here, but I still have fun shot glasses. I've got one that is from Black Non-Believers that I got at a conference. Mm-hmm. And so he'll take the little shot glass, this little Black Non-Believers glass, and just like fill it up with whatever, pop or water or whatever, and just like take shots of it and leave it on the counter. Like, get a real cup. What is your problem?
And my son will sit at the table and he'll be reading something on his phone, and he'll have the bottle next to him. He'll have like the soda bottle next to him, and he'll have the shot, and he'll do it really fast.
Yeah.
And then he'll shake his head, and then he'll pour another one, and he'll do it fast. I'm like, okay, first of all, what are you watching? This is clearly a YouTube influence, because I don't do shots regularly. And especially I don't do shots at home. I have, that's why I'm like, I'm sure I have shot glasses somewhere in this house in a box, because that's not something I do. Although I should, because
you really should.
Shots are expensive. And I like me some tequila shots. That's what I'm going to do on the live broadcast.
No.
I'm going to do tequila shots on the live broadcast, because every bad story I have starts with, so I was doing tequila shots.
I still have nightmares from the last time I did tequila shots.
Now I can't remember the night. That's what we're going to do. How many more people? 2? 3?
3.
Okay,
3 more.
3
That's
people.
not that many. I think we can do that.
Matt, we read your email. One friend.
Come on.
That's
$1 a month, Matt. Let's go.
Oh, is he a patron?
No,
you be a patron too.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll live broadcast at some point and Amy will show you her boobs. I don't know what's going to happen.
That's never going to happen. But Amy with an I will definitely show you her boobs.
Totally. Yeah.
That's the whole reason we're doing video, right?
Exactly. Exactly. If we just give people the promise of that.
Yeah. We're just going to keep stringing this video thing along for like a year.
Dirty liars, and we're never
until we figure it out, because we're not that bright, frankly. We tried to figure it out right before that. And
for like 20 minutes before we started this podcast.
There were articles being read, there was Googling being done, and we just could not figure it out.
We're relatively smart people, and we could not figure out anything.
Yeah, I spent the afternoon making my little mini studio recording booth here out of old bookshelves that I shoved together.
It looks real cool.
And it's pretty awesome. And I finally found a use for all those t-shirts.
What you posted in the Facebook Messenger, though, made me laugh out loud. I was in work, but I was muted. But oh my gosh.
What, the uterus thing?
Yes, the uterus thing. I laughed out loud, and I told my mom, who's visiting. And
it's true. So,
dude,
I suppose I should tell people.
You explain it, because I laughed so hard.
So when I got home today, I'd had this idea, and I finally had some time to work on it. So I have 3 bookshelves in my office. I don't know how I accumulated 3 bookshelves, but
I have 3 bookshelves right in front of me, so I get it.
So I decided
they're covered in mail I haven't opened.
Yeah, they're covered in garbage that I don't need. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try to make a little kind of separate little recording booth in the corner of the room so it sounds better when I'm recording. So I shoved all the bookshelves up like next to each other. So now I have this kind of little cubby in the corner of the room. And my 8-year-old, of course, was down here immediately like, oh, what are you doing? This is so cool. And then he wanted to sit and watch YouTube videos on my computer in the little cubby. So I'm like, whatever. So I let him sit here and watch videos. And then I took some pictures of my little recording booth so I could send them to Amy and our wonderful editor, Rich, just to show him what I was doing. And I sent it to them with the pictures. And then I said, yeah, I'm going to have to get my kid out of the booth so we can record, because he's totally obsessed with the booth now. And then I wrote, just like he was with my uterus.
Wait, yeah, it's totally.
That kid was obsessed with my uterus. We had to pry him out of my uterus with forceps because he wouldn't leave. So he feels the same way about this little recording booth. He likes being in a small enclosed space. And if he could, he would climb right back up into my uterus and stay there. But unfortunately, he's like 60 pounds now, and I don't think that's going to work. So yeah, he's the kind of kid that he did not want to come out into the real world. If he could have just stayed in my uterus for another 20 years.
The real world sucks.
True. And he was probably really nice and cozy, you know? Like, I get it. It was warm in there and comfortable, and all of a sudden someone's got a pair of tongs on your head and they're pulling at you. It can't be
pretty
fun.
Rude, actually.
It's really
super rude.
This is why he spread his arms and legs apart in my uterus and just held on to the walls, trying not to get out. So
I had one of those.
Good times.
My 40-week and 2-day baby.
Ugh. That's rude.
It was super rude. And then the doctor, he was like, I'm pretty sure you're 38 weeks. Like, he didn't know that I knew the exact day I got pregnant. Because my ex was like, I just got you pregnant, you know, as they do, because they're assholes. Mm-hmm. And when I was trying to not get pregnant.
Yeah. Again, go back and listen to episode 34, people. You'll get the inside story on that.
Well, I think I said 42 weeks in that one, but it was actually 40 weeks and two days. I knew there was a 40 and a 2 in there. I flipped it.
Math isn't your,
It's not the greatest. No. I'm not really a mathematician.
No.
Professionally, I'm more of like a hobbyist.
Mm-hmm. Professionally, you're more of a hoe.
I'm the worst hoe ever.
Yeah, you're not making any money at it. Jesus.
No. And I'm not even hoeing. I'm like, nothing. It's terrible. Nothing. It's nothing. So anyway, she was like stuck in there forever. And then my doctor was like, no, I'm pretty sure it's like you're 38 weeks, 37 weeks or whatever. And then he like unfolded her and she's like 24 inches long and she's this massive baby. And I am not tall. I'm under 5 foot. Mm-hmm. And so he opens up this baby, unrolls her. It's like, I imagine she was like tri-folded because she's so big. And it's like this massive baby. And he was like, and full head of hair. She was like holding her neck up and he was like, oh, I guess she was 40 weeks. I'm like, duh.
My bad. Yeah, that's like the nurse the first time with my first kid when I went to the hospital, and she's like, you're not really in labor yet. You're probably fine. We're going to send you, but and she checked my cervix and was like, oh shit, you're about to have a baby.
You're in labor.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're probably like me because you've had so many instances in hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
You get to a point where I call it patient Amy. Like I fall into patient mode. I don't complain of ailments. I don't sit there and complain about little things that normal people would probably.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to be a patient. I don't want to go back in. I don't want to go back into the system.
Yep.
Basically.
I just think if I ignore things, they'll go away. So me too.
Yeah. And I have a high pain tolerance. And so I just don't. I don't complain about it. I just don't. And so when I was pregnant and I was really, really sick, like I would be like barfing in the parking lot. And then I'd go into the doctor's office. I'm like, I'm fine. Everything's great. And then they'd weigh me. They're like, you've lost 10 pounds in the past week. I'm like, but I'm okay. And my ex-husband, he was like, she's not fine. She threw up in the parking lot. She's been complaining about a headache for the past 3 days. Please admit her. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, you sold me out. And he's like, you need help. I was like, yeah, probably. You're right.
Yeah, the last time I was in the hospital this summer, I really should have gone 2 days before I did. But I was just like, you know what? It'll be...
You wait.
It's fine. I'm just going to ignore it. If I just hold out a little bit longer, it'll probably be fine.
You wouldn't have been able to blame Willis.
That's true. I had to hold out long enough to blame those fuckers at the Wayward Willis, who their bowl is in the mail as we speak. So.
Oh, good. I'll tweet about it.
I gotta say, they are much better at Twitter feuding than cognitive dissonance.
Because cognitive dissonance is it's perpetrated by
they're garbage
assholes.
People. So yeah,
they say entire states are garbage states. So, and I live in a garbage state. You probably do too.
Well, we both live in garbage states.
I'm not going to knock it.
Anything that's not like California or New York is basically a garbage state. So I'm on board with that. Yeah. Yeah. Wayward Willis is pretty good at Twitter feuding. Not going to lie. They're not terrible
Colorado. At it. I have an open invitation to stay.
I would go there.
Michael from,
don't do that.
Risk.
No, don't do that.
Don't go stay with Michael.
No, you'll get roofied.
I highly doubt it. I'll bring my gentleman caller.
Okay.
But yeah, well, I have an invitation to go and hang out with him for a little bit and enjoy the local Colorado legal system stuff.
Like chocolate chip cookies and
absolutely.
That's what they have that's legal.
Yes.
Right?
So I'm like, yeah, I'll totally do that sometime. I just have to do a road trip. Colorado's not super far from Texas.
Yeah, you could do it.
Yeah.
I still think we need to go to Skepticon in November, but that'll roll up on us really quick, and then I won't be able to do it. So
it depends on how poor I am, because right now I'm working a job for.
So bringing it back around to being poor,
I can sell an organ.
What? You could sell an organ? Do you have any left?
Yeah, I do. Actually.
Okay, well,
which I thought was really funny that someone asked me how I'm still alive, missing an organ, but. The IUD is not an organ, even in women peoples. It's not an organ. It was artificially implanted, and then it was humanly removed.
But once it's artificially in there, it becomes a real organ, right? Is that how that works?
That's not how things work.
I thought I had like a robot organ in me now.
I mean, maybe. I don't know all of your life.
It could be. Yeah.
Although, how awesome would that if they could replace your guts with robot guts that work, right?
I would be happy with PVC piping at this point. If somebody could just...
Or maybe they can find a way to put in pig stuff.
Pig guts?
Guts.
There's got to be someone working on that right now, because...
Dr. Dillon is working on stuff. He's working on all the stuff.
Dr. Dillon, get me some pig guts.
Complete faith and confidence in his ability to fix your guts.
Especially since he increased his pledge to $4 a month. Now I definitely
He just wants to know my secrets. It's still not going to work. You got to do more. You got to do better than that.
You got to be at $20 a month to get all of Amy's secrets. That's part of the Patreon thing. If you're at $20 a month, Amy sends you all of her secrets in a zip file.
The thing is I don't really have any.
You have all the secrets.
Okay, I'll tell you why I got divorced. Because he was an asshole. Damn it!
We all knew that. Jesus.
I released my secret!
Oh, my secret is that I'm a total bitch, but people think I'm really nice. Oh, wait.
I look so Christian. I have a really nice face. And people tell me that I look so nice and I look like a Christian is what I get.
Yeah.
And
well, you do.
Yeah.
You look very Christian-y. I look like a dirty heathen, so not that anyone will ever know, because we'll never get our video shit together. And
yes, we will. I am determined to
It's going to happen. You know what?
Share with the world.
I'm thinking about my background already. Like what is going to be in the background when I have the camera
have some
on.
Shitty empty bookcases right now.
You need to work on that shit. Get something fun up there.
Okay.
Get your gentleman caller to make you some sort of art that you can
here's the
hang
problem.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem with my gentleman caller. Yeah. It's not a problem with my gentleman caller.
Okay, good.
Because he listens to all of these and I don't want him to think that there's a problem with him. You're fine, babe. Everything's great.
Yeah.
No, it's between the two of us, we have 6 kids.
Mm-hmm. That's too many.
It's like 6 too many.
That's over your limit. Yeah.
I know. But because of that, I have my 3 children have rooms.
Mm-hmm.
This is my office. Mm-hmm. So I need to make space for at least 2 of his kids, which are local and here regularly. And so I have to find a new place to record at some point.
Yeah.
So.
Or we could just quit the podcast or I'll find a new co-host.
Good luck with that. Good luck finding someone who will put up with your nonsense.
That's true. There is no one as delightful as you, so. And no one else who will put up with me, frankly. So I'm amazed I'm still married at this point.
I'm not. Obviously, I have problems there.
Ignoring someone for 17 years goes a long way. I mean, it's why we're not sick of each other yet. So no, he just yells news at me from the other room, and that's how I get all my news now.
His favorite thing, since we're talking about our significant others, his favorite thing is to just start the podcast. We'll just be laying in bed or something. He'll just start the podcast and put it on speakerphone or put it on speaker on his phone.
Yeah.
And he'll just like hold it there. And he was like, does it bother you? I'm like, no, yes, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And then we just like lay there, end up just listening to the whole thing. And he's just like making eye contact with me practically. I'm like, what do you want me to say? That's what I told him. I'm like, this is so weird. And he's like, do you want me to listen to the show or not? I'm like, okay, yes, but this is weird.
Whereas at my house, if I turn on my show, everybody in the house is like, no, turn it off. It's terrible.
My kids don't listen.
Yeah. My
ex, I hope he doesn't listen. I don't care if he does, but I don't think he does because he doesn't want to hear my voice.
No. But maybe he wants to hear my voice. I'm pretty wonderful. Has he met me? No, he hasn't.
No, he'd
hate me. I'm kind of a bitch. What was I going to there?
We were talking about being super poor.
Oh, being super poor. Yeah. So basically,
the theme for this episode is poverty. We just haven't really hit the high notes.
Here's my overarching thesis on poverty. I think a lot of the problems we have could be solved by solving poverty. And I think we could solve poverty by giving people fucking money, because at the end of the day, people know what they need and they know what they need to spend their money on. And people who worry so much about freeloaders and people who are gaming the system, like, yeah, we all know people that do that. I have some relatives that just fucking mooch and don't do anything and don't. But most people want better. Like, most people want a nicer house or a nicer car, or they want a better standard of living. So most people are going to strive for more than that subsistence, and what I guess
people don't want to live paycheck to paycheck.
No.
And always be like hustling and scared, and
nobody likes that. Everybody wants to be economically comfortable. And
so a regular income, is that what you're saying? Like a state check? Or
I think we need a universal basic income. I think it's got to happen eventually. Because
my thing is education needs to be free.
Absolutely.
Or because like I am so far in debt from my education. And it's not doing me shit at the moment. I'm doing something. I'm in an entry-level job. I'm making like crap money. And it's not even in my field because that's all I could get because the jobs suck.
Yeah.
And so people are so in debt all the way up, like doctors and lawyers and everybody, they're so in debt. So they have to charge outrageous fees and have outrageous salaries just in order to make ends meet because they have so many college loans and so much debt.
Yeah. And
so it just kind of, it trickles down and it affects everybody.
Well, and this idea that I wish we could just get rid of this idea that if you just work hard enough, you'll be okay. Because that's just
have you
not
tried
true.
pulling up by your bootstraps? Have you tried that?
Yeah, like there's so many people that think, well, if you want, get a fucking job. That's not the way the economy works anymore. It's not.
God damn it. I didn't know we were going to do this tonight. The thing I shared on Instagram today would be appropriate to share with this episode.
I saw that, but then I thought, you know what? Maybe it's a little teaser.
Maybe. Okay, yeah,
gets people
totally
ready.
knew.
So
I knew what I was talking about.
It'll be fine. You were predicting what was going on in my brain in advance.
Basically clairvoyant.
Works out great.
I get it.
But no, you cannot just work hard enough and be fine in America. That is not how it works.
No,
Some
the people that
luck
work
out.
the hardest are the ones that are the poorest.
If just working hard guaranteed you a comfortable living, we would be the richest bitches in America right now. Like,
all we do is work.
All we fucking do, but it doesn't mean that you get...
honestly, I'm in a training class right now. I'm watching a lot of TV in my living room as I'm listening to my training class. I am participating, and
maybe you're not a good example.
Okay. I have 100s on all my tests, though.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not true. I got a 94.
Oh, you're slipping.
I know. I brought dishonor to my family. I'm just sitting in there because I read through the modules. I'm good. Mm-hmm. And then they spend the next 25, 30 minutes talking about the same stuff that I already read.
Yeah.
Because
you have the
idiots.
Advantage of being smart. So
exactly. And everybody else in my class is a fucking idiot. Well, so I sit there and I started Orange is the New Black. So we can talk about prison soon. I finished Handmaid's Tale. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me?
Right. Save that for the...
And then tonight, I just got a text saying our show is on tonight. So we're going to watch the new Castle Rock, which is a great show.
I have been rewatching The Tudors.
I have not ever seen that show.
It's, what I really want? I want somebody to make, and maybe this exists, I just haven't looked for it. I want like a YouTube compilation of just Henry VIII in this show.
Okay. I've heard this.
Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. I just want a compilation of him throwing things and yelling. That would be great.
And then the other show with the guy, what was the one?
Well, I know there's a CSI Miami one where it's all of him taking off his sunglasses and him saying terrible puns. I've seen that one. But
there's one, the guy that comes back, he's like Irish and he comes back and he's like the coal miner, but it's like back in like Victorian ages, dark something.
No idea what you're talking about. Dark something. Listeners, get on that. Let us know. What is dark something? I've been falling into this rabbit hole of because every time I watch any sort of historical drama, I have to sit and Wikipedia the shit out of it and find out everything about all the people in their real lives. So I've decided that I love Anne of Cleves. She's my new hero. She seemed pretty badass. This has nothing to do with anything, but okay. So watching it, actually bringing it back around to poverty, it makes me think of, I guess one thing that really just I've noticed a lot lately and that bothers me is that Poldark. That's a good show.
Oh, that guy is so
He's
hot.
Smoking hot. That's a really
I haven't seen the next season, the latest season, because I just didn't care anymore, but god damn it, he's so hot.
I watched that show and I could just get lost in his eyes and his face. Ugh.
He has a face. He has eyes.
Oh, he does. Yeah. I mean, the rest of him's pretty great too, but
thank you.
He is. Every time I see his wife in that show, I think she's not good enough for him. No. I mean,
she's a redhead.
She's great.
That.
She's a great character, but he's such a perfect specimen of humanity. I don't know. This is neither here nor there.
Who's his counterpart in the female version?
I don't know. I
mean, there's not a hot enough actress.
There's not.
I am not a professional actress.
No. And until you are, I mean, but porn could translate into...
Oh my God, I was taking a drink. I almost spit it out.
See, this is when video would be great.
It really is because I was fighting it hard.
I actually have a solid point to make.
Okay, sorry, babe. Go.
So what we need to do is stop fighting for crumbs amongst ourselves because we are fighting we're all fighting with other poor, who's taking my money and who's abusing the system and who's,
stupid.
We should be bringing back the guillotines and throwing all of our anger towards these ultra wealthy motherfuckers who have everything at the top. And when I think about how much
to fight the hardest during elections.
Yes. Thank you. Like, let's quit fighting about who's abusing what system. And like, we need
because look, if someone's abusing the system and it's helping them out,
yeah, fine. You know who's really abusing the system? The people who own fucking Walmart and corporations, and they're getting corporate welfare, and they make.
No, I agree.
They make ridiculous evil money. Like, let's save our anger for them.
They're literally Mr. Burns.
Yes,
that's who they are.
They are. So let's hate on them and just not worry as much about poor people and how they're
them out.
You know, and think of how much. Just crime and, you know, for the law and order crowd, how much crime could we get rid of if everybody had a comfortable living, didn't have to worry about the necessities or...
Because it's that desperation.
Yes. It's people get desperate and you're going to find a way to take care of yourself.
I've been really desperate, but I'm also super lazy. So I'm not going to follow through with anything.
Same. And I'm perpetually terrified of everything and getting caught doing anything bad.
And the odds of me being recognized.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Like I am a short redhead. Yeah. I'm going to get recognized.
I will blend in anywhere. So I probably could commit to a life of crime, but you... No.
And then my gentleman caller is like 6'3".
Yeah, if the two of you go into crime together, I don't think it's going to work out. I hate to break it to you, but I feel like people would notice you in a crowd. So
pretty sure.
Yeah. Moral of the story, let's get mad at the rich fuckers and not at each other when we're all fighting over scraps from the 1%. Because they're fucking
when we were
bastards.
doing our practice recording, you actually said eat the rich.
Did I? Oh, yeah. Well, did I? You've never heard the term eat the rich?
I have. I just wanted to clarify that you wanted to eat people.
Yes, I want to eat people. I'm a cannibal. Like I said, kill them first, you know, and maybe, maybe grill them. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying a nice barbecue sauce. I'm a humanist, if nothing else. So not opposed to eating a rich person.
I like Sweet Baby Ray's, the brown sugar. Yeah. No, you're right.
I like my rich people doused in ketchup because I am from Minnesota. I like to put them in a hot
monster.
Dish. Yeah.
Is it sriracha ketchup?
Fuck no, that's too spicy for me. I'm Minnesotan. Okay. We don't do hot sauce in this house.
Sriracha's not really hot sauce. It's different.
Anything above ketchup is hot sauce to my palate. So yeah.
You wouldn't like 20% of things in my fridge.
Probably not. No, you eat garbage food like avocado toast. So
avocado toast is amazing. Avocado toast is amazing. Toast. Yes, avocado toast is amazing.
Oh my God.
Die on that hill. My gentleman caller will comment on podcasts or on the Twitter stuff on you.
Yeah.
And not on Instagram. And so I had words with him last night. I'm like, that's me on Instagram. It's the other Amy on Twitter. And he was like, yeah, but I'm on Twitter and I'm never on Instagram. I'm like, okay, fine. But just know you're not
I think he's only said something like one time on Twitter. Or if not,
he made a point to point it out to me.
I don't remember. It couldn't have been that important.
Oh, he knows how to tag. That's what he does for
okay. Living. Well, I mean, he had the one funny soup thing with the kid, but Twitter's turned out to be a bit of a disappointment. I'm not going to lie, because I'm so used to on Facebook, I've cultivated this group of friends where I get a lot of likes and comments and discussions. And on Twitter, it's like a wasteland. There's just nothing. I'm kind of
surprised at the people that are commenting and sharing stuff and, being interactive that I don't know.
Yeah.
At this point, like when someone shares something or they comment and you and I don't actually
personally know them. Yeah.
It's kind of cool because that means that people actually listen that we're not like friends with or sleeping with.
But like when I take the 2 seconds out of my day to tweet something, I want validation. I want everybody to think it's the funniest thing ever. And retweet it and make it go viral. And when that doesn't happen, I'm just like,
do you want me to make 10 dummy accounts and just like all your stuff?
Could you do that? Yeah. Because I need that.
I mean, I could.
My brain needs the validation.
Will I?
You're probably not gonna because you're kind of a bitch. All right. Pick a number and we'll do a question. Because it's late.
Okay.
I gotta sleep. 18. I want to make some kind of joke about legal age and I can't think of anything good. So, okay. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one ability or quality, what would it be?
Ooh. time manipulation.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I was going to say the ability to shut my mouth, but that's not as interesting.
I got asked that on Twitter.
Oh.
I'm not Twitter, Tinder.
So you're cheating and you had some time to think about it.
No, I mean, that was what I was asked on Tinder.
Okay. If you could gain anyone, I would like the ability to magically heal people and make money for it. So I guess I want to be a doctor, but one that can, I don't know. Oh, I heard someone sneak in.
Yeah, my mom came and got peppermints because she's old. She was offered me one. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Is she going to come in with a butterscotch next?
Literally a bag of soft peppermints. I just looked at her. I'm like, who are you?
She's who you were going to be in about 5 years. So
she's not that. I mean, she had me at 23. She's not that much older than me.
That's true.
But, soft peppermints, you do you.
Yeah, whatever. I guess if I could do something for the world, I would be able to magically heal people and solve poverty. But I'd really like to have perfect hair all the time, too, without having to fix it.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
Wouldn't it be great to be able to wake up in the morning and have perfect hair and perfect face without having to ever put on makeup or fix your hair?
That's my favorite thing ever when new dudes that, you're randomly whatever, stay the night with or whatever. And they're like, your hair looks really poofy this morning. Or what's going on with that? I'm like, how about you just not comment on my face or my hair?
Yeah.
Or anything. Just.
I woke up the other day, got up and my husband was like,
random
nice hair.
Dudes. Like
so many random dudes. Yeah, my
husband. I've been in a monogamous relationship for 3 months now.
But it's more fun when you say random dudes.
I know.
You got to keep up the facade. It makes you interesting.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because hoes are fascinating.
They are.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, my husband the other day was like, oh, nice hair. And I'm like, well, I was half asleep. I'm like, fuck you. And I went in the bathroom and looked in the mirror. It was really epic. Like all my hair was on one side of my head, just sticking up straight. It was.
Yeah, my friend was like, my friend, quote unquote.
You don't have friends.
He was like, there was one day he was like, why don't you go check yourself out in the bathroom? And so I got up and I walked in and it was like super big on one side and then flipped out. He was like, it's kind of epic today. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah, own it.
Because my hair has just enough body that it's just, I have just massively big hair.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, usually it's flat. I'm like, yeah, do you know what I do to make it flat?
Yeah. Yeah, people look at my hair and they're like, oh, your haircut's so cute. And I'm like, yeah, this is a straight, I have to sit in front of the mirror with a flat iron to get these pieces to sit down because they don't do that naturally.
Well, I have to stand, I stick my head under the shower if I'm going somewhere and I like pat it down really hard. And then if I have texturizing, I have some of that texturizing gel stuff. Mm-hmm. And if I'm going somewhere, I put some of that with some water and I like smooth it down so there's not even any flyaways.
Yeah. Yeah, now that we've devolved into beauty tips, should we wrap the show up?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Our number one beauty tip, just like our aging tip, is have good genes.
Yes, good genes are the easiest way to get through life. That and inheriting money. So if you can inherit money.
Or marry into
it.
Why do I keep ending up in relationships for freaking love?
When I graduated from high school, my grandma got me a card. God, I loved my grandma. I still have the card somewhere, but she got me a card that just said something like on the front, as you graduate, I have some words of advice for you. And then on the inside, it just said, marry money. That was good advice. And I should have followed that advice when I was 18.
Right? Seriously. So
she was so right.
My mom's told me this. She was like, if anything ever happens to your father, I'm going to marry for money this time because I married for love last time. And she was like, how about you? I'm like, well, I'm going to marry for love for the first time. And she was like, that's harsh.
Yeah. Harsh, but true.
But not untrue.
Not your fault. Okay. So patrons. So I would like to, we got some new patrons and.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys.
And an increase, which is why we are up to 21, I think, which makes 3. Wait a minute. 21 or I don't know. somehow the math works out. I think we need 3 more, and then we will do our live YouTube drunk cast where we will both get drunk and go on YouTube live, and hey, anything could happen.
So yeah, 1,800 silver label tequila shots is what I'm going to do.
It's going to be pretty great, you guys. So
not that I know exactly what kind of tequila I like, but I know exactly what kind of tequila I like.
So yeah, if you have not become a patron yet, become a patron. $1 a month, that is hardly anything, and you could be responsible for Amy poisoning herself with alcohol live on YouTube. It's going to be pretty fantastic.
Oh my gosh, that would be the best day
ever. You can say you were there when it happened.
Right.
So our current patrons, and if you would like to become a patron, go to patreon.com/secularsoup, and you will find all of our assorted levels that are all wonderful to read through. And if you do become a patron at any level, you get bonus episodes. So we record our Conspiracy Chowder series. We have 3 of those out so far. And you get all the episodes early. So, and by early, I mean awesome. Whenever my ass gets around to uploading them after Rich has edited them for us so wonderfully. So, right. By the way, we got a shout out on Living After Faith this week. They played our commercial and gave us a little shout out. It was pretty awesome. I'm just loving all their episodes. I've been listening to them when they come out, and they're fantastic. Okay, so to the patrons. So our $1 a month patrons, we've got By Any Means Podcast, Wendy, EncyclopediaDumbAmerica.com, Jesse, Jake, KuiperBeltTransport.space. Still have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And our newest patron, Ryan. Thank you so much. Another dude. We have so many dudes on here.
Yeah, what's up?
Which is great. I have mixed feelings about it. I don't know. The $2 a month level.
I have only good feelings, guys. Keep it up.
Yeah, she loves you. I'm meh about you. So $2 a month. We've got Nathan from the Leap of Doubt podcast, Kimberly, Rebecca, Andy, and our new $2 patron, Verilane.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes. Another one. I think people are just torturing me with weird names that I don't know how to pronounce. So I'm going to say Verilane. That looks close. However you pronounce it, we so appreciate it. And at the $2, that's twice as great as the $1. So thank you so much. Our $4 a month, we still have Mr. Larry Yellingman hanging in there, and I'm going to record with him on Friday night and on Man Yells at News, him.
Oh, yeah.
And
you were being a bitch on Facebook. I saw that.
I called dibs right away.
Because I saw that. I saw what you did.
Who was co-hosting, and I was like, I want to, because I listened to her on Living After Faith, and I'm like, I want to get in on that. So you're going to have to get in on the next one.
I'm going to do it with Hertzie.
You and Hertzie, wait your turn. She'll torture you with weird videos again. And anyway, Man Yells at News podcast. Listen to that. I'll be on it this week. And then
it's a good show.
It's good. It's fun to do. People. It's funny and it's fun. And now I'm going to have to look up some news stories and do some actual podcast homework. So
I mean, it's easy. You just do Trump face or
That's
Trump
true.
Files. You're good.
That's pretty much all I do. And then we also
InfoWars, Alex Jones, bring that sadness up. Everybody's sad to see him go.
Oh, it's so sad. I'll miss
Tommy
you so
Lahari
much.
Or whatever her name is. Just be real sad about her.
She's such a bitch.
She's the worst.
Also at the $4 level, back to patrons. We don't like to get sidetracked on this show. It's not our thing. Dr. Dylan, medical detective, is now a $4 patron. Jumped from 2 to 4.
I think it's because I Instagrammed about him.
Probably. And he decided that like 3 bow ties are enough. He doesn't need that many. So
apparently.
Yeah. You can recycle those into your wardrobe.
He posted a picture today, sans bow tie. So really? I think maybe if he just gives enough money to our show, he just won't wear any bow ties.
No, that works for me. I mean, we deserve your money more than your bow ties do. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Seriously, I love Dr. Dylan. He's awesome.
We're a gift to the world.
That's true. Have
your bow ties ever cured cancer?
No.
I mean, we haven't either. I'm just asking a question.
Hey, we don't know that we haven't. There could be someone out there that you had sex with and they had cancer and now they don't. Oh my God.
Fine, my vagina's magical. You're welcome.
Yes, magic vagina.
Okay.
Put that on our list for things to put on mugs. My vagina is magic. Okay, $5 a month.
Wait, my vagina's fucking magical.
Let's get serious
add
here.
That to the list. Okay, go.
$5 a month. We have Silly Goose, Amy's boring sister. Aww. Yesh, Jerry, and Alan. Thank you all so much. That is awesome. Every time I read these, I'm just like, I'm just shocked people give us money for this.
I know, it's so amazing.
I love it. I love it, and you're all great. $10 a month level, which is the soup bowl level, and I just sent out a shipment of soup bowls in the mail. So Dwayne, who is our first $10 patron, yours should be there by the time you hear this. Let's hope. I don't know. I got it out in the mail Tuesday, so Dwayne got his bowl. Alice at askandtellproject.com has had her bowl for a while, as has Rich, our 7th favorite Rich.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I like to mess with his psyche sometimes.
I do too, actually.
I like to keep him on his toes. But he was a 5 for me.
I just don't know how you met 2 other Riches in a week.
I know a lot of Riches. I'm just saying. It's a common name. So.
You're rich with riches.
I'm rich with all the riches.
Okay.
At the $20 a month level, we've still got Ashley hanging in. She is amazing. And when I watch Orange is the New Black, I think of Ashley because she's a prison doctor. And I wonder what she has to say about all the things I'm thinking about prison. So anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Help us out.
Yes, she would be very interesting to talk about on prison stuff. So the one thing
I just want to get tattoos to get out.
Yeah. Well,
I'm stuck on prison break.
I figured out how to make shiv holders out of books, and that's been my new hobby. So I just have been carving out things in books.
Are you serious? That's amazing.
You didn't see the picture I posted of the one I made?
I don't pay attention to you.
I took a Walt Whitman book.
No, actually, I'm working crazy hours right now. I work until 7:30 at night right now.
Yeah, I'll send you the picture of it. It's pretty awesome. I sat and carved it out, and I made a little thing out of it. And if it becomes popular, I'll make more because it was not that hard and it's kind of cool. Anyway,
I want to get like a book of Satan or something and carve a cross in the inside of it.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So you can hide a cross into your double book.
Speaking of which, if you are a first-time listener, we sell crafts on our website, delightfulbitchcraft.com, and there's all kinds of nasty shit there. And so these books may make an appearance. There's all sorts of my nasty shit on there because Amy is a slacker and apparently has a job or whatever. So
I have a job. I have 3 kids. I'm a single mom. I'm tired.
But I did just make some nasty Bible quote plaques and put them on the shop. So
I like those. I saw them.
Okay, so the one thing I was going to do that I totally forgot about that I should do quick before we wrap up is read our iTunes reviews because I shamed some people into giving us iTunes reviews because these are actually very important. They help get us pushed up in rankings. They get us out there so people notice our podcast, and then
they are important.
The more listeners we get and all that good stuff, it's good. It's good for all of us. So I have never read the reviews that we've gotten before, so I thought I'll read them just like they do a la Dumb All Over podcast.
I don't talk about that show.
See if this entices anybody to write us an iTunes review. So if you
guys listen to that show, listen to the one we're on.
Yeah, if you listen to Dumb All Over, only listen to the one that we were on because that's the only good one. So okay, so our first review, which was written in February, so this one's been here for a while, but I love it. It says, I'm totally enjoying this podcast. Amy and Amy talk about anything and everything with an emphasis on feminism and humanism. They are open and candid like the best friends every woman should have in her life. Definitely worth a listen. That's so sweet. I love that.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then we have this other one from somebody called Dumb All Over. And it says, better than Dumb All Over. I found this show after they left a funny and witty review for our show, Dumb All Over, a show in which I have no issue plugging in this review. Since finding the show, I have to admit that I love the show. Funny, angry, intelligent, witty, and so many more words come to mind when I think of it.
We're angry?
Apparently. I think he means you.
Probably. I'm pissed.
Yeah. It is better than Dumb All Over, the podcast that I am the co-host of and hold very near and dear to my heart. Yes, it is. Much better. Great work, ladies.
Yeah.
It's nice when they can admit it,
No, I get it. Yeah. It's probably Tom.
Probably, because he can admit when he's wrong, especially about Lin-Manuel Miranda. Ugh. I'll never forgive him for not knowing who that is.
We had to Google it during this recording.
Right?
Do you know how many other things we're doing?
We have
nothing.
Introduce you to Lin-Manuel Miranda because I can't. I'm going to get too angry.
The other co-host name? It's
Austin.
No,
Tom and Austin. Yes, you were drunk the whole recording, so
I was so drunk on that recording.
So
I'd had like 3 beers during that recording.
We've got another one. I'm going to let you guess.
Why it's our funniest show?
Yeah, I'm going to let you guess who wrote this one. It's titled "Soup Yourself." If you
soup yourself.
Yes. If you enjoy secular podcasts with two delightful hosts that make you laugh, listen to The Wayward Willis. If you enjoy two smart, snarky women who aren't afraid to tackle the tough topics and laugh at themselves, subscribe to Secular Soup now. No idea who wrote that. Probably someone who
That's fantastic.
Makes people sick and end up in the hospital. We also got a new one today. I don't know who this is from. It says Brooklyn
Someone
something.
who makes you sick and ends up in the hospital.
It's The Wayward Willis.
I know. Yes. That's why I was laughing.
If this is your first episode you've listened to, then you don't get that joke, but it's a running gag. Wayward Willis makes
Wayward
you sick.
Willis gives you Crohn's disease.
They do. They give you all the Crohn's disease. This person...
all up in your guts.
Is Brooklyn D313? So I'm going to guess that's Eli Bosnick because he lives in New York, right? And Brooklyn's New York. I don't know.
Sure. It's Eli Bosnick.
It's definitely, yeah. It's titled...
because he listens to our show
every week.
After recording.
Religiously.
He falls asleep to it.
Yeah. As everybody should. This is titled Good Stuff. We love the Amy's. This show is awesome, and if you love some raw, sometimes profane banter, this is the show for you. Sometimes profane? I think you mean all the time profane.
Oh, see, we disagree on that because I don't think I'm profane
always
at all.
Profane. Okay, and then we have one last one, and I'm going to let you guess who wrote this one too. Okay. It is titled Ditched and Bitter, and it was written by someone called Former Producer. And it says, these two ladies started a podcast with me as their producer.
I love it so much.
Then decided to go off on their own and give up having a platform ready to made for them. Who do they think they are? A real show like Cognitive Dissonance? I should have defaulted to the cishet white guy experts to see if I should have ever given them the chance. At least then I'd know the show would have had some standards.
I love her so much.
So yes, that was
Marissa.
I'm guessing that was Marissa McCool, although former producer could mean anything. We've had tons of producers. Oh wait, no, we've only had the one.
At least one.
Yeah. So we love you, Marissa.
That was fantastic,
that is hilarious.
Marissa. I love it so much.
Yes. That was so we shamed everyone and she wrote back on Twitter, fine, I left what I wrote when I get shamed into things. So
that's so great.
I love that when fantastic. I read it. We love you, Marissa, but we got to wrap this up. I'm tired and I have more tutors to watch.
My cat's screaming outside my door. Yeah. Your cat's being an asshole.
Chappy. I'm too tired. My brain doesn't work. Go ahead.
Yeah, Moriarty is screaming outside my door. Mm-hmm. All right. I call him Maury.
Yeah, I like it.
It's hard to say long names.
Yep.
All right. And that's all we've got for now. Thanks to all our fabulous listeners who put up with us joining on week after week. If you enjoy our delightful bitchcraft, please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and send us all your monies on Patreon. You can find us on those platforms by using the Google machine. It's not hard. This week, your donations will go to... I never know what to say here.
Ending poverty in America. God damn it, Chappie.
Poverty in America.
Chappie is on top of my bookshelf staring down at me.
All right, we're going to...
Jesus.
This week, your donations will go to Murdering Chappie. If you want to tell the world how awful this episode was, join our Secret Soup Talk Facebook group. If you want to tell us to fuck off personally, you can send an email to secularsouppodcast@gmail.com. I'm saying it very clearly so you can say that because I'm not the one that checks it. Please rate and review us on iTunes, Facebook, and wherever else you can review things like this. It will help us spread the soup gospel far and wide. And hey, tell your friends. As always, we'll leave you. Well, we only have 3 episodes left. Come on, tell your friends. Yeah. Tequila shots. We'll leave you with the vocal stylings of Mr. Eli Bosnick.
Secular Soup Creed. Soup is the ultimate virtue. It's delicious, nutritious, patriarchy smashing, racism fighting, warm and fuzzy, human affirming, fun having, anti-theist, glitter throwing, tummy satisfying, pair of new shoes fulfilling, diversity seeking, happiness. Minestrone, beef and barley, chicken broth and split pea, gazpacho, tomato, clam chowder and potato, chicken noodle, beef noodle, egg drop and ramen cup, miso, gumbo, leek and pho. Grab a bowl and taste the magic. Slurp even this.